What a day, huh? Wow. Man, 3 football games in the span of a day. Life was good. Life was very good. I mean, technically it happens throughout the actual NFL season on Sundays, but with stakes this high, you know, emotions were brought up to like 11 here. You know what I mean? So let's get into my low, my high, my act of kindness. Actually, you know, it's funny. I sort of I think I may have explained this a couple of days ago. But my low was, see, last time my father and I got dinner at Sorges, and not only could I not get, you know, their prime rib special, I also couldn't get their Delmonico, which is my plan B. But, and this is what I think I mentioned the other day, when it comes to a lot of places I have to go to, for some places, not only do I have a plan B, but I also have a plan C, and in some cases, I have a plan D. Needless to say, Sorges happens to be one of those places where I do have, in fact, a plan D. Honestly, the only thing is, what should be plan C and what should be plan D? I don't know, because I like both of the items that aren't steaks at the Sorges that I have for my plan C and plan D. So, the items in question, in case you're wondering, one of them is a Cajun blackened chicken that's served over a bed of fettuccine alfredo, but also has like peas in there. It's actually really good. That's one of my plan B. That's one option for plan C. The other option for plan C or plan D is, and this is what I had last night, I actually had Sorges shrimp scampi. Now, if you've been watching my videos long enough, then you know that, without question, the best shrimp scampi I've ever had, and quite possibly the greatest individual bite of food I ever had, is the shrimp scampi over at Lib's Supper Club in Elmira. And that remains to be seen. In fact, I even go so far as to tell stories of how, like, I tried looking everywhere for a dish that could be comparable to it in terms of, like, seafood. Not just shrimp, but seafood in general. And I've yet to find anything that close. But I have found some pretty darn good ones. And needless to say, Sorges is one of those places. Seriously, the shrimp scampi at Sorges is awesome. Although, that being said, oh, I got a message on my computer. Don't go to Sorges and order the shrimp scampi thinking you're going to get what you get at Lib's. They're both served much differently. But that in no way, shape, or form takes away from the quality of either dish. So, take that information what you will. Although one thing that Sorges does that Lib's doesn't is, Lib's just gives you the shrimp wholesale. Sorges puts theirs over a bed of linguine, and it comes with like chopped up tomatoes and artichoke hearts. I love artichokes. That's actually a vegetable I don't think I've ever actually said enough that I like. I really love artichokes. In fact, to be perfectly honest, I think I'm going to have some artichokes a little bit later today. Just, you know, boil them, leave off, dip in butter. That's good eating right there, man. It is. Anyway, so naturally my low was I couldn't get a steak last night, but my high was, again, I got to utilize, and I took this as an opportunity to utilize a plan C or plan D. See, the reason why I call them both plan C and plan D is I don't know which one to keep as plan C and which one to keep as plan D. I could even change them both. Anyway, another part of my high was, you know, football. I got to spend the entire day with my father. Oh, it was wonderful. It was a wonderful evening. And I got to watch TV with my mother as well. You know, she came back from work. She's actually at work right now, but that's okay. I'm going to see my father in the day anyway. And my act of kindness was, after dinner, I helped clean up. I emptied my parents' dishwasher, filled up the dishwasher with dirty dishes, you know, tried to keep everything nice and pristine, you know, because that's, I mean, listen, my parents love me no matter what, and obviously I am a guest, but at the same time, a good guest would always offer to help, so at least that's what I think they should do. And so Yeah, that's actually why I'm a little sad. Because seriously, if I was ever invited to a party, I'd be like, what do you need me to do? I can help out any way I can. Because it really wouldn't help out. Heck, if I was ever invited to a party, I'd make like food and stuff. Funny enough, like, I saw this one Facebook post where, actually, hold on. Good morning, happy Sunday, everybody. I actually saw this one Facebook post where, like, there's a picture of the world on fire, and it says the world, and it's like a city on fire. And then below, there's, one of those, photos of, like, Will Ferrell said, you guys want to go get tacos? And I'm like, let me know when we're all getting together. I'll make the guacamole. I actually haven't made guacamole in quite a while. I mean, guacamole is just one of those things where once you know how to make it, it's impossible to screw up, at least for me. It's like riding a bike, you never forget. Anyway, I rambled on a good length of time. Let's get into one of the main takeaways that I personally got from yesterday. Buffalo. That was a big win you had. Your first win in 25 years. And for that, you should be very happy. Here's the thing though. You guys played great. Up until the end. Seriously, it got to be so bad my father was making jokes saying Buffalo wanted to lose that game. So, the takeaway. Celebrate a little. Be happy you got your win. You're moving on to the playoffs. But you need to learn from what happened yesterday if you want to move on. Because obviously the best case scenario is Kansas City loses next week. You guys win next week. And the AFC Championship is hosted in Buffalo. That is obviously best case scenario. The absolute worst case scenario would be you lose next week. But I can tell you this. If you guys win and Kansas City wins, you got to go to Arrowhead. And I can tell you for a fact that the stuff that happened yesterday at the end of the game against the Colts will not work against Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes is going to pick that apart like nothing. Seriously, like, in the short time Patrick Mahomes has been a QB in the NFL, he has become a veritable master of picking apart a defense. Normally, you need to look at somebody like a Drew Brees or an Aaron Rodgers to really get a glimpse of what that is. So when I tell you that Buffalo needs to learn from yesterday and, you know, try and do better going forward, I'm being serious. Because that's not going to work against the Chiefs. You know, it really will not work against the Chiefs. Let's just say the point is, the instant you set your foot on the gas, you floor it. And you do not stop until the clock hits 0. Or the score is nigh impossible to lose. Or, if you're a racer, the finish line is crossed. Seriously, I once knew a wrestler who was looking at the clock instead of focusing on winning the match. At that time, he was winning, and he wound up losing. Don't rest on your laurels, Buffalo. Please. Seriously, listen, I know I'm a Cowboys fan, but I have a soft spot for the Bills. And it's very clear that the Bills really do want to do well and move forward. And I really think they can, but they gotta do better. They really gotta do better than what was displayed yesterday. Oh well. Only time will tell. Another big takeaway from yesterday. Seahawks. You know, there was a narrative at one point where Russell Wilson has never even gotten a single vote for MVP until like this year. And it really was starting to look like this would be the year he'd do it. But then as time went on, more and more games kept happening in which if Russell Wilson wasn't playing at his best, then they were never going to succeed. And in no way was that better displayed than yesterday's game against the Rams. I'll be honest, I really was expecting Seattle to win this game. And they didn't. They got frustrated too soon. Watch DK Metcalf's thing on YouTube. You know, the defense kept getting in their heads. Aaron Donald played an incredible game despite getting a rib injury, which that could hurt the Rams going forward if the Rams want to make a Super Bowl run. Needless to say, I feel bad for Seattle, but I will admit, it was actually kind of funny to watch. Because here's the thing, Jared Goff of the Rams wasn't even supposed to play yesterday. He was on active roster, but they didn't start him. And now they played him after the guy they had got hurt. And so, yeah, they won. I actually find that kind of hilarious, I'm not going to lie. So, yeah. Again, I really was expecting Seattle to at least make it the next week. So the fact they didn't is actually quite baffling to me. I can tell you one thing that isn't baffling. You never bet against Tom Brady. Ever. You do not. Alright? I say this because after it was clear that Washington was going to go on the playoffs and face, Tom Brady and against Tampa Bay, because they were at home last night, Chase Young said, "I'm coming for you, Tom Brady." More or less, this is what he said. And, well, I'll give Washington this. They did a lot better than I was expecting. A lot better than I was expecting. I gotta admit, Shannon Sharp made the prediction that Washington was going to win like 31-10. And that was not remotely the case at all. I forget what the final was. What was the final score? Hold on, I'll look it up. I'll grab my computer right here. Just grab it. There we go. Alright. Gotta load for a second. Alright, so Tampa Bay won 31-23, which is a lot better than what Shannon Sharp predicted. So, as great as Tampa Bay played overall, the fact that Washington was able to give them run for money says a lot. Because let's say, here's the thing. Never mind. There really is no way, at least to my knowledge, that Tampa Bay can go to Green Bay next week. Because the Rams were a lower seed. And so, if the Saints win tonight against the Bears, then they go to, then the Rams will be the ones that go to Lambeau Field against the Packers. So, there you go. Although, I think unless the Saints really decide to rest on their laurels, like they apparently always seem to do at some points of this time of the year, then, yeah, the Bears could win, but I really think New Orleans is going to pull it off. As for the other games, Baltimore's been hot lately. In fact, the reasons why they got Calais Campbell and Derek Wolfe were to stop Derrick Henry on the Titans. So, yeah, it'll be a good game to watch. This is the first game today, so I'll be tuning in for that. But I think Baltimore could win this. And there's finally Cleveland and Pittsburgh. I'm in awe of just how far Cleveland's come. But they are sans a head coach, and they're going to Pittsburgh. You could not have any more worse odds if you tried. But if Cleveland does win, they get to go to Arrowhead and play against the Chiefs. So, you got some potential there for a good game. Tonight, I mean. So, my heart will be pulling for the Cleveland Browns, but I think the Steelers are going to wind up winning this game. Only time will tell. Like, favorite, share, hit the subscribe button, follow me on the social media notification on YouTube. I'm very home in this video for you guys to watch the show for today. Hopefully a wonderful, wonderful Sunday. And remember, if you guys want to talk to channel, always going to be here to let you hear. I'll always have your back. Take care. And make good choices. Bye. I can't reach the camera from here. Wow, this is a great way to end the video. Let's see. I can do it. Got it.